Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Home Coffee Brewing with April. My name is Patrick Rolf, and as you can already see, we are not inside in someone's home. We're still kind of outside, and the reason for this is because I'm in Thailand, more specifically north of Chiang Mai, when I'm out visiting specialty coffee farms in Thailand, which has been really interesting. And on me on this trip, I have Lida, and she really likes to brew coffee outside, has a proper kind of Snowpeak setup, which is really cool, out of her like kind of really pimped up Toyota. So we're gonna do another kind of camping outdoor session, which is really exciting. So come with me and let's brew some coffee together. So we're on the inside, which today is on the outside because we're in a coffee farm outside of Chiang Mai brewing coffee, which is kind of cool, right? And you usually brew coffee when you're out camping or visiting coffee farms, right?
Yes, I love to do camping style.
Really cool. So basically what we're doing here is a little bit inspired by what we did in Kenya, right? Basically another coffee farm, another kind of camping style brewing. We're just going to jump straight into it. So maybe start with the coffee beans. What are we going to brew today?
So now I use the Kalyani Watana. It's from northern Thai. It's a Chiang Mai bean.
Cool.
Yeah, this one is semi-washed.
Yep.
So I roast by myself.
You roast by yourself?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, super cool.
Yes.
So I think a lot of you, especially on this channel, we haven't featured too much kind of Thai coffee before. In the specialty coffee world, it's a little bit new still, right? Do you want to, like, for someone that doesn't know much about Thai coffee, how would you describe it? Like, what's like Thai specialty coffee?
Now in Thai coffee, really, I think we improve about the processing a lot. Depend on the variety of coffee, but now we still mix the variety. So this one like Katimo, Katui, and Tibika inside.
Okay, so 3 different varietals. Yeah. Okay.
3 different.
And what's the main reason for mixing varietals still?
Now we cannot select the real variety.
Yeah.
Yeah, because depend on the volume that we can produce. Yeah.
Okay, really exciting. So then we can expect a lot better tasting Thai specialty coffee in the future as well when we can do more lot separation, right? And varietal separation.
Yeah.
Okay, really cool.
Maybe next 2 or 3 more years.
2 or 3 more years. Okay.
We can separate the variety.
That's really exciting, and we'll for sure going to be waiting for that, right? Okay, so we kind of know the coffee. I always check what the flavor notes are. Let's see, berry, chamomile tea, and honey.
Yes.
Huh? Okay.
Yep.
Really cool. It sounds like a tasty coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how would you describe semi-washed for someone that doesn't know?
Semi-washed is like they use not too much of water, like popping and then use soak with water and then dry it.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, you depulp it the way you would a normal washed, but then you just use less water in the washing process, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because some area they not have enough the water for do the processing.
Yeah.
Like cannot do like fully washed, so they can do just only semi-washed or natural process.
Okay. That's really interesting, and super interesting to try as well, right?
Okay.
So brewing wise, kettle. Maybe start with the water. Where did we actually get the water from? Because we're out camping. We bought it at the restaurant, right?
Yes.
So we just had a really good lunch. Recommend. So apparently, here in like the let's say the region of Chiang Mai, then buffalo tartare is a big thing, which we just discovered, right? Which is really tasty and highly recommended. And we basically got some bottled water from there. That's what we're using.
Yes.
And you're using, like, the kettle looks really fancy.
Yeah.
Which brand, where did you get the kettle from?
This one from the local shop in Chiang Mai.
Okay, awesome. And then just kind of a basic, or not very big, it looks like a pretty high-tech gas burner.
Yeah.
But that's also for like cooking, right? Yeah. That's really cool. And then you have one of these. I haven't seen these in a long time. That's a Brewista.
Yes, this one is a Brewista. I just bought from my trip.
Very nice.
Melbourne.
So you bought it in Melbourne. So this is basically, correct me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong, but designed by Stefanos,
Yeah.
or together with Stefanos then. A very talented, I mean, basically one of the best coffee competitors of all time. So check him out if you don't know. He has his own coffee roastery, Create, as well. That's really cool. And you bought that in Melbourne.
Yes.
And the grinder is Commandante.
It's a commodity.
Okay, cool. And that's the, is that a new model, old model?
It's a new model.
That's a new model. Okay. Is there anything different from this model and the previous model? Or
This
are
one lighter than that one, and
Okay.
the grinder, this one is easy to grind.
Easier to grind, okay. And I guess because it's lighter, it's a bit better to take out when you do camping, and it's a little bit easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the protect from the water also.
Yeah. So one thing we should be mentioning in this video as well is that there is like a scale. The scale has no battery, but apparently you say you're quite used to brew coffee without scales,
Yeah.
right? So we're not weighing anything, right?
Yeah.
So we're not going to weigh the beans, and we're not weighing the water, right? So this is going to be really interesting.
I guess this one is 15 gram.
Oh, okay, so we're guessing it's 15 grams. So let's say you had a scale. How much water would you pour then?
So 15 gram with 200 milliliter, maybe allow, yeah? Yeah.
Of like liquid.
Yeah,
So you would brew maybe 250 on something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This actually smells quite like honey, which is kind of nice. It's like this yellow floral thing to it almost, right?
It's good.
Which is kind of cool. It looks like you're grinding pretty coarse.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you always grind coarse?
Yes,
Yeah.
I always grind coarse because I love the easy to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so grinding coarser makes it easier to drink and maybe tastier also, if you ask me, right?
Yes.
Cool. Then we're rinsing the filter, which is important. Do we know roughly the setting on the grinder? We don't know. Let's see if we can figure it out. The thing with Commandante is that you never really know, right? This is like an old dial as well. Okay, so I will see if I can figure this one out at some point, and then I guess I can just reverse it. Am I allowed to like count back? Can I
Yes.
just measure it? Yeah. So I'm gonna do. This is the reason why I don't use Commandante, because it takes a very long time to do this.
19 or 26 or something.
I'm gonna say we're gonna be around. I'm gonna say we're about 25.
25?
Yeah, I might be wrong. And I never used this version of Commandante, so I have no idea what that means. But I'm sure someone of you out there actually means this, right? Cool, so we're already starting. You're way too quick for me, actually.
Okay.
So we filtered the water. We rinsed the paper filter, important.
Yes.
You poured it out. Do we know how hot the water is? Or was it like up to boiling, or?
Just really boiling.
Just boiling?
Yes.
Then we're good to go. Cool, go for it. So kind of slow initial pour. Basically like very careful, slow initial circle pour.
Yes.
And what are you kind of looking for now? What's the main, how do you know that you wanted to stop pouring water?
If the coffee sleep with, all the coffee sleep with water, so I can stop
Yeah,
and then go to in the center.
for sure. I think it makes a lot of sense, and also we had a lot of conversations about blooming coffee on the channel, and it's definitely very reasonable to just make sure that all of that coffee is wet, right? That really is the most important part. So first pour, a little bit of a motorcycle in the background here because we are in the middle of a coffee farm, pretty much, it happens. Now you're on the third pour, right? And we're still
Yes.
kind of circle pouring.
And the second pour.
The second pour, yes, that's true. Do you always pour in a circle when you brew?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever
Or you
like?
have any trick to recommend me?
I mean, I think there's always a lot of ways to do it, right? I think one of the advantages with, let's say, a circle pour is that I think it creates a very interesting texture. So I usually like how it's tasting. But always alternating circle and center pours is going to give you a very different result extraction wise. So it's always nice to try, right? Those are really
I think
cool
so.
little cups as well. Are
A
these?
lot of water.
Do you want to pour more water, or do you think you're? I say we try it, and if we don't like it, we can always dilute it, right?
Yes.
These are really cool. These from, where are these from? Our
I
Corporal.
bought from
Our Corporal. France.
yeah.
Cool. Tiny coffee cup.
I taste first.
It is first.
Maybe dilute a little.
You dilute, okay. So that's also actually a good way to do it, and I see it. I'm gonna say, and maybe that's incorrect to say, but it's something I see a lot in the Asian culture when it comes to coffee brewing. I see a lot of dilutions. There's a lot of people that actually kind of prefer it over not doing it, right? So basically brewing stronger and then pouring water in afterwards.
Yes.
So you think now it's
I
good to
hope
go?
you love. Okay.
I actually haven't had a Thai coffee in quite some time now. I actually had it last time I was in Bangkok, but it's been a while. I definitely haven't had Thai coffee at a Thai coffee farm, which is really cool. What do we think?
I think it's good. It's kind of like a burly and sweet.
It's very sweet, actually.
Good body.
It is a good body, but it's still
Did you
clean.
get the chamomile tea or not?
I get a little bit of it. I think if we poured a bit more water in it now, we get more of it. Because I think now it's on. It's not too heavy, but it's on like a heavier side, right? But I definitely get this like honey sensation to it, which is really cool. It's also well roasted coffee, right? Which I think is important.
Yeah.
A lot of the times for me, when I've tried Thai coffees, it hasn't maybe been so well roasted, and then it's quite difficult to properly enjoy it, I think. Yeah. So before we kind of wrap up here, so a few questions, right? So I see a lot of Snowpeak in general, right? You're clearly a Snowpeak. Snowpeak, for maybe you want to explain what Snowpeak is for the people that don't know what Snowpeak is.
Oh, it's the coffee camp brand. So easy to, because easy for me to bring it all
Yeah.
my trip.
Yeah.
And it's a lightweight. Good
True though,
for me.
like basically it's a very good outdoor brand, right? From Japan, it does a lot of cool stuff.
I
Includes a
saw you
bunch of
have
coffee stuff
the
also.
bottle of the.
Yeah, exactly. I'm also a fan. I think their coffee stuff can be better though, but that's a different conversation, and one we should have me and Snowpeak actually. But you're using the April Plastic Brewer, right? So plastic, I kind of assume it is because it's easy when you go out, like it doesn't break.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what else? Like, what is the main reason for using it?
For me, this one easy to drip because the coffee easy to extract because the wider
Yeah.
and sweetness, good body for me.
Yeah. So one of the things you mentioned was that it gets really sweet and it gets really balanced, and I think this actually tastes quite good, right? Which is interesting given that we haven't used a scale. And it's actually not the first time in this series where someone is brewing coffee without a scale and it still actually tastes pretty good. So one can question if we need scales. I still prefer them, but don't hesitate brewing without them, I would say as well, right?
It's okay.
I'm gonna take some more. I think that's pretty good. I also haven't had too much coffee today, so I can definitely have more. Super. So with that, I basically just thank you for letting us brew some coffee, right? And also showing us. So basically, she's showing us around here in basically north of Chiang Mai, just a few coffee farms and some mills, processing stations, so that I get a little bit of insight in what's actually happening with Thai specialty coffee, which is really interesting. I'm sure we're going to come back here, do more kind of coffee related videos as well when it comes to farming. In the future, I know you have your own farm as well coming,
Yes.
which I'm quite excited about, but that's like a few years in the future. As always, thank to all of you for watching. We really enjoy it. We're really thankful for you guys supporting. The channel has been growing and it's been really fun. And we're hoping to be able to continue to travel and to share as much content as possible, right? And you guys subscribing, commenting, sharing, signing up on Patreon, all of that really helps. So make sure you do that. And as always, we just want to thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of it as well. It's always very appreciated. And then have a good day. We want to give a special thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. It's because of you that we are able to continue to make these videos. And we want you all to feel free to always come with suggestions and ideas on the content that you want to see, because we are doing this for you and because of you. Thank you from all of us here at April.